Paris doesn't shout its secrets, it lets them drift, like mist over the Seine, like a rumor slipping under a café door. In the glow of the Eiffel Tower and the guarded gates of the Élysée, a whisper grew into a chorus, a claim about Brigitte Macron's very identity, a story too strange to ignore and too empty to stand on its own. Newspapers rustle, cameras flash, forums hum at midnight, a silhouette behind lace curtains becomes a canvas for projection. They say the truth is simple, but conspiracies are seductive because they give complexity an easy villain. Take an age gap marriage, a famous couple, and a polarized country, and suddenly every old photograph becomes evidence, every gap in a timeline becomes a trapdoor. The rumor moves like a shadow in a narrow Paris alley, that Brigitte Macron was not born a woman, that her past is a shuffled deck, that the president is playing a role in a carefully staged theater. It's repeated with confidence, dressed in collages and grainy scans, stitched together with certainty but not substance. Yet when the light lands on it, records, witnesses, decades of life in full view, it thins. Brigitte calls it absurd, a wound made of words. Emmanuel calls it an attack, the price of power in an age where a lie can outrun a fact by 1,000 retweets. Still, the machinery churns, an archive room of dusty boxes no one opens, a sealed envelope stamped, confidential, a forum glow where anonymous avatars type in feverish certainty. Journalists step to microphones, a courtroom breathes, lawyers speak the plain language of evidence while the online chorus hisses the poetry of insinuation. The story stretches, because that is what these stories do, reaching for anything that glints, a wedding photo blurred by time, a teacher's chalkboard in an 80s classroom, a missing page in a family album that must, surely, mean something. But absence is not proof. Doubt is not documentation. And yet doubt is loud. You can hear it in the ring of a late-night phone, in the cadence of a trench-coated source who offers more mood than material. You can see it in protest placards outside stone facades, in the click of a reporter's pen, in the rain pooling under blue police lights as if the city itself is waiting for an answer it already knows. Because beneath the theatrics is a truth that doesn't trend. Public figures are people, and people are soft targets for a weapon as old as gossip and as new as the algorithm. The line between curiosity and cruelty blurs when a rumor becomes a ritual, searched, shared, and sharpened with each pass. Meanwhile, life inside those walls continues with the boring gravity that conspiracies cannot stand. Hospital visits, anti-bullying initiatives, school programs, handshakes with ordinary families whose crises will never go viral. That is the part you won't see on a forum collage. The routine, the paperwork, the long days that run on coffee and cause. It doesn't matter to the rumor mill, nuance doesn't clip well. And so the camera returns to the palace gates, to the flag in a storm, to the mirror that breaks a face into fragments and calls the fragments a revelation. But mirrors lie, angles deceive, shadows dramatize. What remains when you turn up the house lights is not a plot twist, it's a record. It's verification, corroboration, and the dull dignity of facts. It's courts that demand more than a thread, institutions that move slowly because truth has to be checked, not conjured. It's a reminder that saying a thing loudly isn't the same as proving it. In the end, the rumor tells us less about the Macrons than about us. About what we want to believe, about how easily doubt masquerades as depth, about the thrill of thinking we've spotted what everyone else has missed. The city exhales, the headlines fade, the river keeps moving. And the whisper? It never quite dies, because whispers don't need proof to live, only attention. But attention is a choice. If you choose the spectacle, the shadow wins. If you choose the record, the shadow shrinks. This is not a ghost story, it's a media literacy test dressed as one. Step back from the collage. Ask who benefits. Check the source. And remember, in a world of marble halls and glass screens, the loudest story isn't always the truest, just the most shared. If you're here for what endures, not what echoes, stay with us. Subscribe to Hiotdoc. We follow the evidence, not the echo.